I'm going to show you how to do the Xena Warrior Princess Cameo quest within Funko Fusion, and for this one we need to play the 4th level of Masters of the Universe, Shock Amok. Let's get started. Alright, so at the beginning of this level we're just going to play it as normal. This is a escort mission, so you have to escort this character and protect her throughout the level. But we're going to play up to the point where you get to the area where you have to fight the merman boss, where there's this like little pool of water. And so you're going to notice a portal up there with a ledge, so you want to link up your own portal up there so that we can teleport up to that little balcony. And then we're going to mold a battery at the blue mold machine here. You unlock batteries by playing through the Jurassic World levels. And so with the battery, we're going to teleport up here to this little balcony. And inside here, there's going to be a battery charging station. So we're going to pop that in, wait for it to charge up, and then we're going to take it over here in the corner and plug this in. And you're going to notice this little monitor turn on, and you want to flip this switch so that the little gear logo on the left is lit up green. So once that's lit up green, that's going to take down a force field that's going to be on over here. So right here, this little pathway here is normally blocked off unless you pull that switch, and there is where the Cameo quest is located. We just need a key card. Well, if you head over here, here is the purple chest that has the Cameo quest key card. This location was changed in one of the updates. I'm not sure which one it was. Possibly the October update, but anyway, that's where the current location is. So a lot of the guides on YouTube actually show the old location, which isn't accurate anymore. But once we use that key card, here we are. Here is Xena Warrior Princess. So we're going to talk to her. She's going to say stranger. She's going to talk about Callisto. I have not seen this show, so I don't really know what she's referencing there with Callisto. Maybe he's the villain of the show. Who knows? But basically, these are some really easy Cameo quest missions to do. So all you have to do is just find Xena in all the levels, and there's going to be a whole bunch of enemies that start kind of surrounding her. You're supposed to be kind of protecting her, but to be honest, she has so much health, you don't really have to worry about that. You should just take out the enemies normally. You don't have to worry about defending her necessarily. And once we take all the enemies out, she's going to say weak, wretched, immortal, something like that. No doubt Callisto, blah, 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 blah. And once you talk to her, though, she is going to give you the weapon protopart piece that you can deposit here into the red mold machine, and that is the first location. The second location that we're going to do here is the Jaws Cameo level. Now, the rest of these locations you can do in any order. The only one you have to do first is that Shock Amok one that I just showed you. The rest of these 6 levels you can do any order that you want. So here in the Jaws Cameo level, this is probably the easiest Cameo quest in the game. Literally, you just walk out the front door of the level, and right here on the beach, Xena's going to be waiting for you out in the open. Don't have to do anything special to get to her, and you can just talk to her, and there's going to be a bunch of enemies that attack us, so we're just going to take them out as quickly as possible. I haven't found really these encounters to be too tricky. As long as you have a character with a decent weapon, I don't think you're going to have any problem taking out all the different enemies that come and attack you. And so once we take all of them out, though, we will be able to talk to her again, and then she's going to give us the next red weapon protopart piece. There we go. You'll know that you're ready to talk to her because there'll be a little speech bubble above her head. And so there's the next red weapon protopart, and you can take it right over here to the red mold machine. Next up is going to be the Thing level 5. This one's called Blair Scare. So from the start of this level, we're going to open up the door, and we're going to need to play as He-Man, because the only thing you have to do to get to Xena in this one is just to destroy a gold vinyl object. So from the start here, if you head outside and just make a left next to this red mold machine, there's going to be a gold vinyl object, rock I guess you could call it, blocking the doorway there. So we're going to destroy that with He-Man, and there is Xena there waiting in the middle for us. I like how the ground, like the wood planks there, have like the Xena X logo on the ground. That's kind of cool how it's like painted on the wood. But yeah, it's just the same old here, where we're going to have to take out a bunch of enemies that surround us. And again, Xena's health, she has so much health that you really don't have to worry about protecting her. Just take out the enemies to keep yourself alive pretty much, and Xena will definitely be fine as well. I do like how the enemies in these Cameo quests are unique designs, like they're not reused from other universes, like they're actually unique Xena Warrior Princess enemies. And that's the case for the other Cameo quests as well, so really like that. But once we take them all out, she's going to talk to you just a little bit, and she's going to drop the next red weapon protopart. So we're going to pick that up and deposit it over here into the red mold machine. Next up, we're going to do Jurassic World level 5. This one's called Main Street Melee. It does seem like Xena appears in a lot of level 5s in this game, like a lot of the last levels of each of the franchises. But anyway, from the start of this one, we're going to make our way over here to the right, and we want to enter the T-Rex exhibit. So super important note about this one, you have to play through the normal story progression of this level by defeating Eddie. So Eddie turns into the Indominus Rex, and then after you defeat him, there's a cutscene where the T-Rex comes and helps out against the Indominus Rex. Well, important note about that is because the T-Rex is helping fight Eddie, he's now going to be out of this exhibit, allowing you access in here to see Xena Warrior Princess. So if you try to do this earlier on in the level before you fight Eddie, this exhibit is going to be closed. So you just have to do this at the end of the level after you've cleared out the boss. So just keep that in mind. And so again, same thing. We're going to talk to Xena. There's going to be a whole bunch of enemies that attack us, and we're going to take them all down. Again, we have the X Xena logo on the ground, kind of carved in there. Very cool. And so we're going to take out all these Xena Warrior Princess enemies. I've noticed there's always like one female enemy that when you take her down, she doesn't fully go down. You can see there briefly. She's like laying on the ground when you take her down. She doesn't just disappear like all the other enemies. So kind of interesting there. I'm not sure what's going on. But we're going to talk to her, and she's going to give us the next red weapon protopart, and we can just deposit it right there into the red mold machine, super close by. The fifth level that we're going to do is Battlestar Galactica level 1. This one's called The Sound of Cylons, and this is a super easy one to access. So from the very start of this level, we're just going to switch to a laser character, because over here on the right there are a couple laser targets that we need to shoot, which you already did in the story mode anyway. But we're just going to go down these escalators, and right away here is Xena Warrior Princess, so we can go ahead and talk to her and start taking down all the enemies that come and ambush us. So yeah, I do find that Xena Warrior Princess, I'd say, out of all the cameo quests in the game, I'd say she's probably the easiest or definitely the fastest one to do, because most of these, with the exception of a couple, like most of these you can access Xena from like the very beginning of the level. Like this one, you pretty much accessed her straight from the start, whereas many of the other cameo quests you have to play through a big chunk or maybe the entire level before you can actually even start the cameo quest. So if you want to knock out a cameo quest pretty quickly, definitely do Xena Warrior Princess. But anyway, now that we've taken out all the enemies, she's going to say, let us find Callisto in nearby worlds, and she's going to drop the 5th red weapon protopart. And so we're going to pick this up and take it back over here to the spawn room and deposit that in the red mold machine. Location number 6 that we're going to do here is the Umbrella Academy level 4. This one's called 2 Spry Samurai, and this is yet another one that you can access straight from the beginning. So we're going to open up the door. We're going to take out this purple door, and you don't even have to fight the samurai in these hallways. We're just going to head straight down here, straight down the hall until you get to the red mold machine, then make a left, and the first door to the left of the red mold machine, you can just shoot the lock, and now we're already in the room with Xena Warrior Princess. So again, another one that you can just access straight away, no issues. I thought I was going to have to take down the samurai first, but fortunately there's no samurai that block the door to this room, so it makes things super simple. And so we're going to take down all these enemies. And also, with this game, you can save and quit. So, once you, complete this cameo quest and get the red weapon protopart, you can then just exit the level and everything will save. The only thing that doesn't save when you do that is the vinyl. You actually have to complete the level to collect any vinyl that you got throughout that, current playthrough. But other than that, everything else saves. And so that's all the enemies. We're going to talk to her, and she's going to drop the second to last red weapon protopart, and we can just deposit it right here into the red mold machine. And last but not least, we have Scott Pilgrim versus the World level 2, Double Trouble. And this is another one. You can pretty much do this one straight away. There's going to be some enemies, Chris Evan enemies that attack you, but for the most part, you can just go right here in between two of the tents, and there's going to be this little kind of open battlefield area where those spotlights are. There was a silver crown for shooting those spotlights with the laser character. And there's going to be a giant X in the snow, signifying that's where Xena Warrior Princess is located. So we're going to take down all these enemies. This is the final batch of enemies that we have to take out. It seems like there might be more enemies than the other ones here. Not sure if that's the case, but it almost seems like the last one that you do maybe has more enemies spawn in than the other ones, but I don't know. That may just be placebo. There's that female character that always goes down. She doesn't just disappear when you take her out. Very strange. But now that we've taken out all of the enemies, look at her. She's down. I surrender. She even talks. Very weird. But anyway, now that we've taken out all the enemies, we can talk to her, and she's going to say, meet me in the Wonderwell. Callisto has been thwarted. So she's going to give us the final red weapon protopart, and so we're going to pick that up, take it back to the spawn room tent, and that's going to give us a brand new weapon available in all the different levels. This is the Chakram Thrower, I think is how you say that, Chakram Thrower. Not sure, but head over here to the Masters of the Universe floor of the main hub, and you'll have access here to Xena Warrior Princess. So guys, that's going to be how to complete the Xena Warrior Princess cameo quest. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if not, subscribe for more content like this. See you guys next time here on Quick Break Games.